Johnny Hahn. We're live at Better Center, and give everybody a minute or two to maybe realize that we are live because we're hitting everybody out of the blue with a live video with no nothing.
Just bang.
Yeah, no 30-second intro, no warning everybody. So doesn't look like we have. Oh, we got our first viewer. Welcome. You are the superstar. All right, guys. So is that we are live? All right, I gotta take that down.
Hey, new gaming Mia's here. She comes over and watches our videos. So
All right. Well,
what's up, Mia?
Welcome to the show. Today we will be going over the weekend's games, but we're also going to recap the Better Center contest. If you haven't signed up for that Better Center contest, you can do so over at BettorCenter.com. Get your crack at $200. We've had a first round winners, second round winners. First round got us 2 winners. 22-10 was the winning record against the spread. Pretty impressive numbers there. And I'm not sure if they wanted us to name their names on the show or not, so I won't. Out of that courtesy and respect. And plus, the second round, we had 9 winners in the second round. And that's going to be divided $22.22 each. Free money, though, guys. Free money. $100 for the 2 guys that won in the first round. It is not too late to grab your shot at $200. We have the Sweet 16. You just go to BettorCenter.com. You enter the contest. It's absolutely free. And then we will send you the link for you to enter your picks. As long as you beat the worst handicapper record, Better Center handicapper record, which on round 1 was 7. What was your record, Tony? 17 and 16? No,
17 and 15. Was that the worst
17
one?
and 15.
Okay.
But it was a winning record, so we can't complain about that. The second round, it was 4 and 12 was the worst record. Guess who owned that one?
Was that you, Lou?
That was me.
Oh.
Just giving money away, guys. Giving it away. This is your chance to take it. All you got to do is go to BettorCenter.com, sign up, put in your picks for the Sweet 16. And should you fare better than the worst Better Center handicapper, you will be taking home $200 or your share of the $200. And there we go. So John Hahn is with us, Tony Gulledge, the Red Rocket. So there's my little contest plug. And now let's just talk about those plays. You guys plan on putting into your contest picks this weekend on Thursday. Let's take a look. I'll let you start us off, Tony, because you are never short on words. Thursday, college basketball.
Yeah, my top pick is the first game tipping off, man. I like Arkansas. I got 9.5. I actually bet this game yesterday. Got 9.5. It might have floated down to 9. I just think this is the type of athletes that's giving Gonzaga problems. They didn't handle Memphis great. They did get by and win the game. Kudos to Gonzaga. Timmy had a big game. They're going to need that again against a team like Arkansas with a lot of athletes, pressure on the ball. I just like the points. Again, I'm not going to step out on that thin branch and say Gonzaga takes the L here, but it's really ambitious at this point of the tournament. We've seen how they even got pushed in the opening round game. I mean, they actually almost covered the spread at the end by 22 points, but about 30 minutes into that game, they were getting all they wanted from the 16 seed. So Gonzaga, I'm going to go against them as my top play for Thursday. I like Arkansas at 9.5. Try to get as many points as you can, but I like Arkansas.
All right. Johnny Hahn, you got any thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I like Arkansas too. I'll take the 9.5. I might even wait a little closer and see if I can get 10. The public will probably come in hard on Gonzaga, but right now it's at 9.5. I got a little play on that, but if it gets to 10, I would definitely hit it. I think Arkansas can give them a game. Their last game was a scare, so I'll take the 9.5
And
point.
similar teams, this Memphis and Arkansas, they're not that crazy apart. You know, you look at the lineups, the size, the quickness at the slashing positions, and mainly it's the size across that guard position. They're bigger. You know, that presents problems. Those ball screens aren't as easy when you got more quick, athletic guys stepping up to prevent it. And Memphis did a good job for most of that game throwing that off. They didn't do well with Timmy. You know, if it hadn't been for Timmy, Gonzaga's gone. And he was able to make shots, and they weren't all easy shots. He had to work to get the ball in the bucket on quite a few of those possessions. So that's why I give Gonzaga a little bit of props. But I think Arkansas and the points is the smart play, and that's going to be my top play for Thursday.
Yeah. Hey, Ron's on here. Ron's got the same last name. He's no relation. It's the same name. He's in Detroit. Detroit
Ron
sports.
Hahn and John Hahn.
Ron Hahn and John Hahn. No, Ron, it's not too late to enter. Just go to the Better Center. It's free contest. And Terry's on here too. Terry's on our show, not on our show, but he comes in and watches the show. He's a great NBA capper. So just want to give a shout out to some of these guys, and of course Bo Dunn wins. Bo's the blind capper. He's an excellent handicapper. Does it all by.
That is an amazing story. I gotta say what you told me.
Yeah, he does it all by hearing what we can see. He can envision and hear it all and retain it all and put together some really good plays every day. So just a shout out to those guys. But yeah, the contest is just go to the Better Center website or YouTube. There's a link and just sign up. And I think Lou, are the plays out ready now? Are we got them up?
For
round 3?
Sweet 16.
No,
I didn't see him.
No, I think they're going up there today, I believe.
Oh, it says it right now. Sign up for the Sweet 16 round today. We're now accepting contestants. So yeah, bettercenter.com/March not hash / what's the little mid mark? I just hate that.
Just bettercenter.com, Ron. Go to there. It's got the contest
Yes.
on there. Enter your email. You'll get an email or a
I'm
notification.
gonna put a link in here right here too. So
You can sign up for the contest right now. That page is live, apparently. Sign up for Sweet 16 round today. So make sure to take advantage of that. Try to win. Yeah, if you're good, if you can pull off an 8-0 Sweet 16 round, you can take home $200 most likely. It wasn't a huge field of people, 20-something people last time. It wasn't a gigantic amount. You have a couple good days, pick, sweep the board twice, get $200 cash from Better Center.
So there it is. Yeah, there's a clickable link. Anybody can join. It's free. Just beat the worst record, and you'll have a chance to win that money.
That's not. That's actually not.
4-12, guys. Come on. I'm giving you all the opportunity to give that damn money away.
I mean, you're not going to win without beating the worst record of the handicappers anyway. How can you not beat the worst unless we go 1, 2, 3, 4 in the contest? I mean, I guess that's possible. Or
Trying to make it easy, guys. That's all.
Up sport expert. Yeah, it is easy.
Well, the first round wasn't that easy. I mean, you had to go 22-10 to cash.
That's no. He tied with someone else. So there's 2 of them went 22-10.
Yeah, my 20-12, that was respectable. Then I threw it right back away. What are you gonna do?
My wife beat you and me, Lou, and she was just basing it on places she wanted to live at rather than anything else.
Yeah,
sometimes that's the best handicapping there is.
And she didn't wake up in time for round 2, so she didn't get to play.
Oh well, we'll have to see what she can do for us here this week. So I'm on to her. All right, so I have. Let me just plug real quick the website, $69.99 a month, and that will get you all the plays from all the handicappers. Me, John, Tony, and Dad Dave. They're just not labeled, so that way we can kind of keep the prices down and put everybody's picks in there. Doesn't mean you follow it hand in hand. It just means you're getting to know the plays that we're on every day, and gives you a little bit of a guidance. And it's $70 a month. It's seems to be a fair price. People seem to keep rebuying, but probably because you guys are doing a pretty decent job picking the game. So props to you guys for that.
And this hasn't been, I mean, anybody's been with us these past couple months, I think I've managed to make money barely, but it's nowhere near my best I can do. At some point, I'm going to reel off a nice sustained winning streak. And hopefully everybody's in then, and then you can kind of use that to nest your way for when times aren't great. It's not always great. This isn't easy, man. Gambling on sports it takes discipline and a lot of persistence in how you bet and how good decision making is what I like to say. So, I probably made a few bucks for people, but I haven't been satisfied at all. And I know I'm usually good for a good hot streak every few months, and it's been a few. It's time for one to come on. So hopefully it'll happen here soon for everybody this weekend. Let's start with this. Let's start with the Sweet 16. Let's just bang out a bunch of winners this week, and I'll be happy.
There we go. So I don't think we're on live in Better Center, guys. I tried to set us there, but that's
I saw it on YouTube. You're live on YouTube.
Yeah, I know it's live on YouTube. I think Facebook has us. It just
Let me try. I'll tell you what. I'll go to YouTube for us and put our link up on the Better Center page. Let's try that. Yes, live now.
So the next game on.
So I don't get a bunch of backlash. Okay, that's us there. I'm going to take this link.
Start with another game, John.
Share it with the
Tony,
Better Center crowd.
Tony. Let John talk about a game.
The next game's Michigan and Villanova. Michigan's getting 5.5. Total set.
Join us live now. And here's the link.
Tony, we don't need a play-by-play, buddy.
We'll send them to YouTube, but that's better than nothing, I guess. Yeah, there we go. That's done.
There's a mute button. Jesus. Anyway, I like Villanova here.
I can't hear anybody. Is that me or is that y'all?
Tony, we've been asking you to you there? Can you hear us?
I might have done that. Can I hear you now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's all we've been doing is hearing you, Tony.
Okay. I think I shared this on the Better Center, man.
Okay. Yeah, we got the play-by-play. Thank you.
All right.
Go ahead, John.
Yes, sir. So I got Villanova -5. It's moved to 5.5. The total set at 135. I think Villanova. I think Michigan's a lot like Ohio State. They play in the same kind of style. Hunter Dickinson's really the difference for Michigan, but I think Villanova can get it done and move on to the Elite Eight. So I'm laying 5 of Villanova here.
All right, little 5-point favorite there, Villanova. What about you, Tony? You on it?
Yeah, same thing for me. I actually agree with John here. Villanova. I just like good coach, Jay Wright, understands, spread the court, get ball handlers one-on-one, switch them, get the matchups you want. Michigan, that Dickinson might be a problem. We'll see. Not a great matchup for anybody Nova's got. If he presses it, a lot of times that guy will disappear in games. Though he'll go long stretches where he hangs out around the elbow instead of down in the paint where he should be. And I like Nova. I think they get the job done. Good ride for Michigan. Made it further than I ever thought they were about a month ago. I would have never thought they were a Sweet 16 team. I think Nova has it going. They got the guard, Gillespie. He can do pretty much anything he wants. Even good guys guarding him, he seems to be able to get away from them, make the good pass, make the shot. Nova makes this number. I like Nova to cover.
All right, so and we got Ronnie Hahn agrees with the Villanova play, so we got some consensus rolling here, guys. A little Nova, a little Arkansas. So, all right, anything with Houston and what do you got? Houston is getting 1.5, playing Arizona, total 145. Johnny, what do you got?
Well, are we just sticking to spreads? Because I like the over in this game.
No, we're sticking to whatever you like.
Okay, yes, sir. I like 144.5. I think both teams moved the ball up and down the court pretty good. As far as the spread, it's one of them coin toss games for me. My bracket on my bracket has Arizona, but I have a parlay of Final Four parlay, and I did have Houston advancing in the Final Four. So my heart's leaning on my parlay, but my bracket's leaning on Arizona. It's really a going to be a good game, and I'm really leaning towards the over. In fact, I played the over at 144.5. It's now moved up to 145. So that's my play in that game, the over in the Houston and the Arizona game.
All right. What about you, Red?
Yeah, I'm going to take Houston. I do have them in my bracket, which got destroyed because I like Kentucky, so I got massacred right away. But Houston is another team, and they actually have looked better. I think what they have going for them is a tight defense. So if they can pack it, they make it hard. If the team requires points in the paint or close to the basket, you're going to struggle in a half-court set against Houston's defense. So Arizona's going to have to either really push the ball, which I'm not sure they'll be able to do anyway, try to take advantage of any fast break points they can possibly get. But I think Houston has a couple playmakers too, and that's important here. You can't just play defense. You've got to be able to score. And a couple players for them, I'm happy with what I'm seeing. If I'm looking for them to win, those guys are performing. So it's going to be a collective defensive effort from Houston against Arizona, I feel. I'm terrible with this guy's name. The guy for Arizona, really good player with a tough African name to say. But he's pretty good. He's going to be tough to handle. But overall, I just think Houston's going to get the job done. So for me, Houston's the play.
All right. So a little Houston, and you said over, right, John?
I like the over, and like I said, I want Houston. I may not play a side because I've already got them in my parlay, Final Four parlay, which all four of my teams are still alive, and one of them being Arkansas, which was a dream and a prayer. But if they can beat Gonzaga, my chances look really good.
All right.
So, yep.
Well, go ahead.
I'm going over. That's it. Yep.
All right. We got a total of 145, the best number. It's mostly 145.5. All right, Junior Jam says it's Duke's weekend again. Hard not to want to play Duke. Kind of, all they got to do is win, but only getting 1.5. Or 1 point here. Total's 137. But who's agreeing in with Junior Jam here? Tony?
Yeah, I got Duke winning this game, and Texas Tech's probably a better overall defensive squad, but I think Duke has got some horses for Coach K's last run. They're kind of not playing great together a few weeks ago. Now they are. I think the Banchero, the other Williams, I believe is the big kid's name. He's really thick body. He's going to take up, good post-up player in the paint. Duke's got a lot going for them. I think they get the job done, and they're underdog. That spread just seems weird. I know Texas Tech is great defensively, so I'm thinking they're going to try to grind Duke down, but I'm not sure if that's the right way to approach Duke. So for me, it's advantage Duke. And a game play to the 60s. I'll say mid to high 60s, 68, 66 Duke, somewhere in that range.
All right, so you got a customer there, Junior Jam. By the way, Bo and Terry, both on Houston as well, both agreeing with you. You got a couple customers with Houston as well. We are back, Daniel. Not sure how often, but probably when baseball kicks in, that's when I start getting my nose back into it. And hopefully we're going to have a lot of data here, guys. And I'd like to go over the data every day. So that's what I've been saying.
The data.
Data. Dave is developing a database, a 40-year database that we're going to play with every day on live video. And hopefully we'll do some winning here. So, all right. So we'll get back into that. So Ronnie Hahn is going with. Well, hold on, John. Let's talk to you about the Duke game. Your thoughts?
It's a coin toss game again. I showed Texas Tech laying 1. It could go either way. I'm gonna go with Texas Tech on this one. I think they do enough to squeak out a win over Duke and let Coach K enjoy his retirement. So I'll take Texas Tech in this one, whether it's lay 1 or get 1. So I like Texas Tech here.
All right. Little Texas Tech there, but kind of a toss-up for John. So
Yeah.
a lot of Duke love, little Texas Tech. Ronnie Hahn says Houston is dangerous. We're gonna find out, Ron. All right, so all right, here we go. Let's hit another game then, right?
That was all for
St.
Thursday.
Pete's.
We're on to Friday now.
Yeah, St. Pete's down to 12.5. Your 13.5 doesn't seem to be found anymore. Playing Purdue, and who's got something there? Anybody?
I'll start off, I guess. I took Purdue as 12.5 is what I like the number. I like St. Pete's effort. I just don't see them hanging in with this physical game they're going to get from Purdue. They could try to shoot their way out of it. I just don't see it again. Third time that a 15 seed has played advanced to the Sweet 16. They didn't do very good either other time, so they're 0-2 straight up and against the spread. And I kind of see that happening in St. Peter's. A good story, good Cinderella, made it to this point, but the roster just does not suggest to me they're going to hang with Purdue. And I'm a big Purdue critic. I'm not high on Purdue. I just think the disparity of size over 40 minutes is going to get Purdue what they need. And they got actually a couple good scoring players. That Ivy is the one kid that comes to mind for Purdue. I don't see anybody on St. Peter's being able to guard that kid. So good luck for St. Peter's, but I like Purdue.
All right. John?
Yeah. I'm gonna take St. Peter's. Cinderella will be going home. Purdue will win the game, but I think St. Peter's will give it their best shot. They're still riding high off that Kentucky win. I had them on the money line against Murray State. Cinderella will be going home. They're not going to get the win here, but I think they'll be able to get enough. I'll start with the 12.5. I'll probably wait closer to live betting and see if Purdue jumps out to an early lead and see if I can grab 15 or 16 on the live bet. But my play will be 12.5 for the show here. I'll keep riding Cinderella. Unfortunately, she will be going home. She won't be able to beat Purdue. So
right.
I'll stick with that. It's just a lot of. I like taking points. I'd rather take them than give them. That's always my motto. I'd rather.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, the pros are the ones. They're heavier on the dogs. End of story. The favorites, generally speaking, are always going to be overpriced.
Yep. The public loves favors and they love overs, and I like to play unders and dogs, and that's just the way I do things. I live and die by my unders and dogs.
Yeah, when it comes to baseball, I'm certainly not afraid to be rolling on the unders, but
now we can. They went back to not having little league rules with guys on second. It killed my unders all last year. They got.
Yeah, that did change things.
It was terrible last year. It was miserable.
All right, so what else we got left here? We got North Carolina, UCLA. So who's got something to jump out on that one?
Yeah, go ahead, John.
I'll take a stab. There again, I have UCLA in my Final Four bracket. Not my bracket, in my parlay. And I want them to win. I just think Carolina is playing really good right now. I'll take a chance with Carolina on the money line. This is a 2-point spread. They're either going to win or they're going to lose by more than 2 is how I see it. So I'll take a chance with North Carolina on the money line in this game. UCLA just kind of, I don't know. They got a good core, and they made it to the Final Four last year. It just, I don't think they can keep pace with North Carolina. So I'll take the Tar Heels on the money line here. What you got, Tony?
Got as high as plus $1.22. Nice price, actually, for a 2-point dog.
Yeah, at this point, I'm going to back Carolina in this game. They burned me. I thought Baylor was going to be able to grind them out, and they just went nuts, man, from shooting the ball. I'm a Tar Heel graduate. I know pretty much if anything's to be known about the Tar Heel basketball program, I probably know it. And so I can get a good feel for them. That was an unexpected effort. And they damn near blew a 25-point lead, giving me a heart attack, goes to overtime at 80. And then a kid that literally has played 40 minutes the entire year hits a 3-point shot to start the overtime. And from there, Carolina, they were able to grind it out. So I think that's better than what UCLA has. And Carolina has the big size, which I say for the last 20 years, they've probably been in the top 10 of rebounding every single year, with half of those years like the best rebounding team in the country. North Carolina always out rebounds their opponents on average, and most of the time it's not even close. So sometimes a bad shot is a good shot for North Carolina because the big guys can rebound it and put it back in the basket. Baycott, the best he's ever played. His first couple of years, he was a disappointment to me. He just didn't make smart plays. But now I think he's starting to finally click. And any kind of outside shooting, if North Carolina is hitting outside shots, they're so athletic and can run the court so good. Hubert runs that Dean Smith style. They're going to push it. If they can push it, they're going to push it. And these guys know what to do. And if they're hitting outside shots, I don't know if you can beat them. They might be national champs of this team if they keep shooting like they did last game. So for me, I'm going to give the Tar Heels the edge, but it might be with the heart more than anything else, coming off the big upset win over Baylor.
And Junior Jam's got something to say about that.
Junior.
It ain't happened. 100% UCLA.
It's being played on the East Coast. Not sure of the time.
And I do have a serious. Anybody that knows me
mid-afternoon.
knows I have an East Coast bias in this tournament.
Oh, it's
and
nice.
it's based on reality. You know, the West Coast hasn't won a national championship that I can think of since the Tyus Edney coast-to-coast layup to beat Missouri in the first round. I believe that was 1993.
There we go.
Let's
not go over that whole game again.
We're rolling into
usually this is where Tony comes in and gives you the whole play-by-play from the game in 1993.
That's the last time a team out here on the West Coast won a national title. Was that team in the opening round game? The reason I know that team, Tyus Edney, in the opening round game against Missouri, went coast to coast, laid it in at the buzzer for a 1-point win, and then UCLA went on from that first round win to the national title. All
right. There we go. All right. I got to cut you off because I know where we're going. Let's get to the next game. All right, Providence, Kansas, and anybody got anything there? Kansas laying a touchdown or so.
I like Providence.
Any money line there?
Solid coach.
60.
Yeah, I got 7.5 is what I'm seeing. I like Providence and the points. I think if Kansas wins, this game is going to be grinding. Probably probably get to the low 70s, probably. But it's going to be close. And I think Providence can win this game. I think this is a good matchup for Providence. Physically, I think this is the kind of style that they want to play. Ed Cooley's a good enough coach. It's a good matchup with Bill Self, Ed Cooley. And Providence plays defense as a team, which is important. You just can't play defense on your own little island. You have to do it as a team. And that's something Providence has shown the ability to do. And that's from coaching. They probably practice that shit. So they'll be ready. Ed Cooley will have them ready. So give me the 7.5. And I do like Providence in this game.
You like the points, John?
I agree. Yeah, I think Kansas moves on. But I think Providence does enough just to keep it close enough to cover those 7.5. I would also lean on the under. I think the under 141.5 will be kind of tight. I think defense will prevail in this game.
What is the total?
141.5.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking that's about where it's coming in. Somewhere I was thinking like low 70, kind of a 70. I mean, right on that number, man. So yeah, I don't feel a total either way there, honestly.
Yeah, I think a lot of unders will come in this week. Actually, the defense will be tight.
And sometimes it's the arena, man. Do the kids adjust? Here we go. Now we're moving venues. They play 2 games in one location. Now here we go to another neutral court. First game on a neutral court. And we'll see. Sometimes the field goal shooting does suffer, because they're not familiar. That's just it's a fact. It does account for some bad shooting games, especially the bigger arenas seem to be harder to shoot in first time. But the teams that win tonight, or win these Thursday, Friday games, should have a better showing shooting on that same court again Saturday and Sunday. But that's something always to think about with the totals is, will the teams be able to shoot well first time playing on that court?
Well, and both teams also have had 4 or 5 days to prepare. Where, this past week when you played Thursday, you turned around and played Saturday and didn't really get to evaluate your opponent very much. So I think Providence will be able to keep them locked down, and both teams. So my stronger play would be on the under, and then I do like Providence with the points as well.
Yeah, the Providence, just their scoring is so bad. I mean, I'm looking at 5 dudes average double digits, but nobody over like 13.5. So you got 5 dudes that score between 10 and 15 points a game. That tells me it's tough to lock it in on one guy because everybody's scoring about the same. So, and I think that'll play good against Kansas. I think spreading Kansas out is how you attack them. And when you got dudes that can all score, that helps. So I like Providence in this one.
Well, and I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to 8 or 9. You'll have all these guys coming into Vegas this weekend coming over here.
It just seems so hard to believe that line would go up much. But yeah,
no, it will. They'll all come over here this weekend from Cali wanting to bet.
Blackhawk, Jayhawk.
March Madness, and all they're going to do is look at the board and see the big name and lay the points, and it's going to push that number up 8.5 by Thursday. These lines will move. Gonzaga will be up to 10 by Thursday too. The Kansas game will be up to 8 or 9 by Friday. I guarantee that.
Junior and Ronnie going with Kansas.
All right, get it now. Then I would suggest, because these numbers will go up. There's no doubt in my mind. UCLA will probably go up higher, closer to 3. And the last game, Miami has went down from 2.5 to 2 on mine.
It's still, it's still floating. There's still plenty of 2.5s out there still, but there's still plenty of 2s. So, what do you thought? I mean, I guess this is your game here, Tony.
Yeah, I love this game. Miami, I'm going to back them with the biggest rating I give any game. So this will be my best play of this entire round easily. Just a couple things that match up well for me. It's the one-on-one. Looking at the 3 guys, McGusty, Wonk, Moore being the primary ball handler, but all those guys are good ball handlers. Iowa State just relying on grits and guts and no offense. It's not gonna work in this spot. Larinaga is a great coach. I think he's going to slice and dice this team. Larinaga is a guy that went to the Final Four with George Mason. So, with no talent, with beating 3 number 1 seeds to get there, along the way. So that tournament, Jim Larinaga with George Mason beat 3 number 1 seeds in the tournament. Now he's got a clear advantage here, I believe. 10 is one of those. The ACC didn't get much respect. Miami could have been a little bit better seed. And whereas Iowa State was probably more fortunate to me to get in. So I just think the talent disparity, the coaching disparity, and you got 3 hot players from Miami that are really going to be tough for Iowa State to stop. They might stop one of them, and they might stop 2, but they're not going to stop all 3 of these guys that are really putting the ball in the basket. So I think this is an easy call, low spread. This game will not be in the 50s. I mean, Iowa State might be in the 50s, but I'm seeing Miami more like 70 to 55, 70, 56. I'm looking for just a real convincing hammer job from Miami. With Larinaga, like I say, underrated coach, I think, but he's a damn good coach, and he's done it in different parts of the country. He's got a good job at the ACC. Miami, they get pretty good athletes, maybe not the best players, 5-star recruits, but these guys are good athletes. Take to his coaching, and I think you got an easy winner with Miami here. I think they're being overlooked. From what's left in this, there have been a lot of upsets, and so that opens up brackets for a team like Larinaga's probably licking his chops at this and thinking, God damn, I got a chance to go to another Final Four with another team. So look out for Miami this weekend.
All right, John.
Yeah, I agree. Miami's playing really good. Iowa State's one of them teams I didn't even think belonged in the tournament. They went 7-11 in the Big 12, so I kind of see them as a Cinderella myself. And they've been playing good in their own right, but they haven't played the competition that Miami's played in this tournament either. So I definitely agree with Tony. I'm willing to lay 2.5 points with the Hurricanes in this game. And Tony don't do totals, but I also lean on the under as well in this game.
What is 70? Let's say 70 to 55 is maybe. So what's that? 125. I'm guessing that's
133 is the number.
133 is the number. So yeah, I see Iowa State in the high 50s at best.
Yeah, they just haven't been scoring. They've been winning these games on grit and guts, without the ball going into the basket. I mean, they're barely getting to 50 points, and I don't see it being much easier for them against Miami. I think Miami's a good matchup for this team. That's part of the formula. Individually, you look at this matchup and say, who the hell's going to somebody of course can get hot, but I don't think they'll be hot for more than a half of a half. So yeah, 50s I think is good. If you can bet on that, maybe the Iowa State point total somewhere in the 50s. Do we know what we get a total on that?
They'll put a team total out, and you can bet under it. Their team total will be, I can tell you right off the top of my head, it'll be around 64. It'll be
Iowa State
67 or
67,
68, 64. No, 69 to 65. Or 69, no. 68, 60.
What's
68, 65. That's about right.
68, 68, 65, something like that.
So, yeah, I would lean under Iowa State 65 points as well. And I would take Miami.
I just don't see that happening, dude. I really don't.
I would definitely take Miami now because I think that line's going to jump higher to 3 or 4 as well.
Now you guys are making me think about putting the under with a little parlay ticket over here. All right, under. I'll take a look at that. Yeah, I just don't. And what we're also under on Iowa State, right? Their actual point total. I don't really bet that at all, but if it's, what are we thinking? It might be 65.
It'll be about 65. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I don't think they don't get to 65. They would have to be winning by double digits, and Miami just starts fouling them with 4 or 5 minutes left. 40 points from the free throw line, maybe, but they're not going to make enough buckets to get to 65.
They're averaging 52 points a game their last 3 games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not really scoring.
back on March 2nd when they played Oklahoma State, they lost 36 to 53. So they are not an offensive team.
No.
If you get under 65, I would look at it pretty hard on that.
I concur with that, and I don't even really make those kind of bets, and I don't handicap specifically for those kind of bets. But yeah, I kind of can gear up a total what I think a team might score, and certainly Iowa State, anything around 65, take the under proposition bet. Team total, I believe, is what I see. Team total prop, go under.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if they have that right now, their team total.
But for sure, I love Miami in this game, and I'm not.
Yes, it is 65. It's 65 and a half on my book. I'm gonna plug it in right now.
I'm not a hype guy. I don't talk a lot of crazy shit. I just think that's the best game out of all 8 games in the Sweet 16 is Miami. Just a talent mismatch, coaching mismatch, offensive potential mismatch. I'm not saying Iowa State isn't going to try to cover them, but I just don't think they're going to be able to shut all 3 of those guys down. So Miami. I guess that's all of them.
Miami's projected to score 67.5. Iowa State 65.5. So,
and I think that Miami total's probably about in the range. That's about right. Something in there. I mean, I said 70, but
I see 65-57. I'll throw out. That's what I
see.
Yeah,
but not 60. Yeah, 65 for Iowa State. Let me pack my bowl on. Lou's muted his mic. We can't hear.
Yeah, well, I muted. I was on the phone. You guys.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we're done here.
That's all 8 games, man. That's all of them.
Games. Don't forget, we got the contest. It's a free roll. BettorCenter.com. The link is over in the chat. free money, giving it away. All you got to do is beat the worst handicapper in Better Center, which Saturday was pretty easy. No, Sunday was pretty easy. Round 2 was pretty easy. Round 1 was definitely challenging for anybody. So congratulations to the 2 winners for Saturday, the 9 winners for round 2, and let's give away some more money this week, guys.
Oh, you should expand it possibly. Do a couple of these like first halves or totals or something. Because with 8 games, in fact, I'll give you.
Let's do a tiebreaker. Pick
Well,
one of the 8 games and say
We put the tiebreaker in there.
That's it.
I'll make a suggestion. Why don't you make it 16 games and do first half and totals? Do the spreads in the first half of every game. So then less of
I like doing spreads and totals
or something. I would expand it.
Now, you know what? These guys are on manual for updating everything.
I would expand it more.
Make it a little more automated. So
I would expand it to more.
It's already been a little clusterfuck as it is. So I'm just kind of keep it simple for them right now. And just let somebody pick a score closest to the score. Unless they tell me it's not that hard to grade twice as many games.
Yeah, what's probably the hardest part is setting up the fields to accept the input or whatever. That's probably the little coding to do that shit's probably the biggest hassle.
He was doing some stuff like that, so, but how far along and all that, I don't know. So,
if you're expecting more people this time, I would definitely expand it to more than pick 8 games and 1 tiebreaker.
I'd say the challenge is somebody to go 8-0, cause somebody bring it. There's $200 on the table. Come in, win 8 games. Sweet 16, 8 games. Win 8 games. Pick up your $200 and walk away, knowing that you swept the board. Well, we should be able. Somebody should be able to, right?
But you got to put this. It's the score of the Miami game, the last game. So you put the final score, and the closest to the score wins.
Yeah, that's a good tiebreaker. That's a good one.
It sucks, but it is what it is. But it is a good tiebreaker because you're picking the fucking score.
My big pool that I do every year, the national title point total is the tiebreaker, and they've split it because 2 people have been so close before. I think they split it 1 year. They've been doing it 30 years, this one contest. So they've had all kinds of weird things, but that's typically the way to just make it simple, make it really simple.
It's our first one, so
I know the first annual Better Center March Madness contest. Beat the in-house experts for your chance to win $200 each round of the tournament. It's time to sign up. Sweet 16.
All right, we've muted him, John.
Thank God. Thank you.
All right, guys. We'll figure out when we're coming back. I don't know when we're coming back. But we'll be back at least by baseball, but maybe we'll be back after round 3. And
do a Final Four preview show.
All right, guys. I'm out of here. I got shit to do.
Me too, guys. Later.
All right. I'll see you.
All right. Good night.